Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, I just came across this this morning. Somebody shared it on Facebook. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I shared it on my Facebook page for Meeker Extreme, so check that out. And you can see how people are commenting. But look what we have here. We have Utah Off-Highway Vehicle OHV Education Requirement. New Utah law requires all OHV operators to complete an OHV education course before operating on public land. Okay, hey, it's a free course. Is this really going to get rid of the Yahoos? Well, we'll get into that. At least my opinion of that. Purpose: equip operators with awareness of Utah's OHV laws and rules. Increase rider safety. Promote respectful, sustainable, and on-trail OHV operation. Promote respect for communities affected by OHV operations. So, like, respect the town of Moab, respect the town of Green River in St. George, or wherever else. I don't know which ones you can go in a town exactly other than Moab. I think you can in Green River too, but people don't usually go there per se. But anyways, course required for every OHV operator, age 18 plus. Well, that would be me. Free online course. So it's free. Okay. Complete in 15-30 minutes. Okay. Takes 15-30 minutes. That doesn't seem like a big deal. Once in a lifetime. That's a big one. Like, once in a lifetime? Don't things change? I don't know. You're saying it's for the good of probably the land and this and that, but things change in somebody's lifetime. But hey, they're guaranteeing that it's once in a lifetime. Print or save digital certificate for proof. What's so I have to carry this around? I mean, shouldn't they be able to look it up? So I possibly could get a ticket for not having the proof on me. Maybe the paper gets destroyed. I mean, it's lifetime after all. Or they say digital, like I changed phones and for some reason it's not on the new phone. This just seems like it's opening up a can of worms to have you be fined, even though you took this stupid free online course. I don't know if it's stupid. We don't know that yet. I will be bringing you that because I will do it. I will record it and I will bring it to you and we'll talk about it. Age up to 18. Required to take the existing separate online youth OHV safety course, 35 bucks. So right there, they're going to make 35 bucks from you because, and some people might be like, well, a kid should take a course and blah, blah, blah. Well, shouldn't it be free? My course is free. Why isn't their course free? Well, that begs the question. Is it free for now in its lifetime? And then down the road here, they're going to say, hey, we're going to charge $35 for you too. Which then is going to open up a can of worms of, oh man, I'm not going to get that. It's extra 35 bucks. I'm just going to ride. Have I ever seen a Ranger in Utah? I have not. I have seen them in Colorado. I have not ever, all the times I have been there, all the places I have ridden there, I have never seen a Ranger outside of the gate at Sandflats, OHV area. That's the only time I have seen somebody is at the gate collecting money for you to get in. Just saying. Or take an approved in-person, hands-on skills course and exam. Well, that sounds more expensive. I'm guessing dealers or something offer that. I don't know. Types of OHV with course required. Type 1 ATV. Type 2 UTV or side-by-side. Type 3 OHV. So like rock crawler, your Jeeps. Off-highway motorcycle. Well, mine technically has a plate, but I do ride it off-road. I do currently get the new thing that's to us of Utah of the sticker for the fork, and I have a sticker. It's good for a year, and it's good from the day you buy it till it expires a year, which is much nicer than Colorado's because Colorado's, if you buy it now, say you go buy a bike now and you get the bike, I mean, it's only 25 bucks, but it's out of principle. Well, you already bought one, but now you have to buy another one, and it's only good till March. and you can't really ride in winter. So it's stupid to get it now, even though you might go out a few times. It's just the stupid oddity of Colorado's OHV. I like Utah's, where it's from the date of purchase. Makes much more sense. Uh, Exemptions. Snowmobile operators. Well, why don't they need a course? I mean, they should still need a course on public lands, but okay, apparently they must have a bigger lobby, so they don't need to get one. Implement of husbandry, a guided tour, and sanctioned OHV event. So if you're getting permits for an event, so okay, let's roll this back to when I did events with Rocky Mountain Adventure Riders and then Trail Taker. So, Rocky Mountain Adventure Riders, I can speak better of because we actually did an event in Moab, Utah. So, we went through the process. At that time, it was fairly easy, and we did what we needed to do to satisfy the rangers because we were keeping track of where individuals were riding. And we could use that to say, hey, far as we know, 10 people out of 100 went over here. It doesn't mean they might have signed up and said they were going there and then they didn't go there. I mean, we did the best we could. That's the idea behind it. X amount went over here to Sand Flats, blah, blah, blah. So we kept track of that. And that was the whole original purpose of Trail Taker, was to keep track for the events like that. So if it's a sanctioned event and they give your blessing, it's much harder to get now. They give their blessing on you having an event, then you're saying the people there don't need to go through the way of why not? It's, after all, this is free. Okay. Rentals. May not rent an OHV unless operator has completed the course. Okay, so that's going to be a little more difficult because spur of the moment rentals. I've known people that have done this as a motorcycle rider, dirt bike rider. They're out there, and for whatever reason, they're like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go ahead and rent a side-by-side today. Well, and they're doing that as they're kind of downtown, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to rent a side-by-side. How much is it? And they start talking. They're going to say, well, yeah, take this 30-minute online class. Even though it's free, people are like, yeah. Nah, lost interest in this. People lose interest really easy. You might not believe that, but they do. So, spur of the moment rentals will be down. And some people might not just want to, what, you want me to take a test so they collect my name and everything with the state, the Utah DNR? No, thank you. I don't want to rent. I'm not saying me personally. I'm just saying this is what some people will. So rentals will go down, those spur of the moment ones. Now, the people planning to go there and rent and stuff, it probably won't be a big deal. They'll be told about it. They'll probably be emailed a link, I would think, the rental place would, so it's all done and they do their course. I'm kind of wondering what type of course this is, but we'll get into my opinions and speculation of what that will look like, because we're only talking 15-30 minutes, and they're probably going to want to just give everyone the certificate. I mean, it's free after all. Well, you just take it again? I don't know. You don't pass and you do a Photoshop? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Non-resident visitor. Complete course before operating in Utah. Purchase non-resident OHV permit. Okay, well, the permit thing is the sticker that goes on the fork for us riders, and that's not a big deal. I've done that so far. In fact, we can get those at gas stations in Fruita on our way out, and that's where I've gone to just stop, get gas, and get the OHV permit. Not a huge deal. Okay, got it. Courses available January 1st, 2023. Well, it's online, so that's, I guess, when they're going to open up their online thing. Okay. But they're going to enforce beginning February 1st, 2023. So it doesn't say there's a grace period or anything, that we're going to give an education period. Because imagine this, I was thinking about this earlier before I did the videos, is imagine you've been going out there, you're not really on social media. I know a lot, my father's not on social media. He doesn't want to deal with people contacting him or anything. He's not on social media. So imagine somebody like him. He's been coming out to Moab forever. He hasn't, but I'm assuming here he has. He's been coming out, bringing the RV, camping in the same spot off the grid, boondocking it, if you will. And he's always done that. Brought the family out, been doing that. It doesn't know about this because how would you know about it? Might not even know about the whole OHV permit thing as it is because unless somehow you're told about it, you're not going to know about it, right? You've been coming out for 20 years doing this and you're enjoying yourself. You're a safe operator. You're not a Yahoo or anything. You're just with family or friends, and you guys have been enjoying this. You're not on social media. And then also you have Mr. Ranger come up to you, and in the one time in 20 years you've seen a Ranger, and he starts going on about, well, wait, no, you don't live here, right? Oh, no, I don't live here. Where are you from? I'm from, you know, Florida. Oh, okay. Well, you're supposed to have OHV permit, blah, blah, blah. When did that start? And of course, officials always play the game of, well, you need to know these things. How are you going to know these things? People don't look up every day like, has something changed this week? That's not what people do. No one does that. So, okay, you learn about that and you're like, okay, yeah, yeah. And then he goes, whoa, wait, hold on. That means you probably haven't had the course, the operator course. What do you mean? I know how to operate an ATV, side by side, a dirt bike. I know how to operate that. Well, no, in our state, it's a free class, but you gotta, yeah, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket here because it's not just one thing, it's two things you're not complying with. What do you mean? So now the ticket's probably not even that expensive. I don't know what it is for not having the permit. That's probably more strict than like a silly free course, I would assume. But let's assume each one's $100. Or maybe you do have this one and you just don't know about that one. Maybe you learned about that one while you were getting fuel or something, or somebody told you while you were eating. I don't know. Somebody told you. But this one's being new and you don't know about that. You, of course, why would you even think that applied to you? You're in my case, I'm 46 years old. I know how to operate the ATV side by side. My dirt bike, I know how to operate that. My Jeep. Why would I think I would need a course that's free? And okay, so what's this course going to entail? So that's where I want to get into speculation of the course. What's this course? Is it just a video? Surely it's not a test because what, they're going to fail you and you just take it again the next day? Or you just get frustrated so you just go ahead and ride anyways? Like I said, how many times have I seen a Ranger out there in Utah? A zero. Big fat zero. I have not seen a Ranger out there in Utah. Now, I don't live there, so I'm not riding every day to where I might run across a Ranger. The likelihood of you running across a Ranger is probably pretty slim. Let's be honest. Especially if you're into the single track and motorcycles, good luck. Yeah, you just have to be unlucky. And if you did, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't take the course certificate, or you can't find it," and they're lecturing you that you need to know how to ride, and this is going to show you. And then, do you really think this is going to awareness and rules and will this really increase safety? No, it's not at all. Now, one of the comments I read on Facebook was, well, if this gets some of the yahoos off the, it's not going to get anyone off the trail. A, it's a free course. B, they probably can take as much as they want. C, I think this is mainly going to be a video, and you're acknowledging that you watched the video, and here's your certificate. And finally, it's lifetime. Definitely would print this out. I would keep a copy, like they say. I would print it. I would put it in the filing cabinet. I print a few of them, one of them in the wallet, and then I take a picture of it. Even it says digital certificate for proof. Maybe they email you digital certificate. Definitely, I would be keeping this. But what if you couldn't find or it's pretty much unreadable in your wallet because it's been 15 years, but it's lifetime? What, you're going to get hassled and hounded by some ranger that once in 30 years you came across, and he's going to lecture you on, well, I can't read that, so I don't know if you had your certificate or not. Oh my God. Oh, the travesty. Is this really going to help any? Probably not. There's going to be a lot of people that won't even know this has come about. So me kind of doing this video is kind of sharing with you, like, this is how what state of Utah is doing, and now you're aware of it, right? Like, I became aware of this, but we're on social media. If you don't watch the YouTube videos, you're on social media and you don't see any of this, well, then you're not going to know. And you're going to have no idea to check and see. But anyway, so I went to this site, which they're phasing out, by the way. So that site is being phased out, and it's going to take you to the DNR site. DNR site. Here it is. So, pretty nice site. Here's the HB180 education requirements. Beginning January 1st, 2023, Utah will require all OHV operators to complete the Utah Off-Highway Vehicle Education course. Operators under the age of 18 shall possess a youth OHV education certificate in order to operate an OHV on public land, road, or trail. Operators 18 years of age or older may operate an OHV if they possess an approved adult OHV education certificate. This just sounds stupid. The test will be available beginning January 1st, 2023. Like I said, I will bring you that. Hopefully right on January 1st, I will try to do it, or within that first week. My birthday is very soon at the beginning of January, so a lot's going on with kid at home and stuff. But I will try to do that right away, because I want to record that. I want to show you what's involved. Is it just a video? Are there test questions? Do they just pretty much approve you? Is it like checking a box like, yes, I will wear my helmet? Well, they don't even require helmets in Utah. I was reading that somewhere else. So, I don't know. Let's click that and see what happens. Oh, here's that same thing. Now I know where they got it from, so great. So that is legitimate. Scan it really quick. Same date, same stuff. That's the same one that I downloaded for y'all. So that's good. I wanted to make sure that was even legitimate, and it is. So we'll go back. We'll kind of talk about their website here too. So the website here is pretty good. You can click trail maps. It's a little slow. My internet's fast too, so it's a little slow. I personally, as somebody that's designed websites, it looks okay. I don't like the fact with the side-by-siders like taking a selfie up. It makes it look like, what the heck are they doing? The dirt bike in this. They always like to show dirt bikes and sand dunes. Why? So much more to riding than that. I like that they show people wearing their helmet and being respectful. I rather saw the whole picture there. A rider in sand dunes, like I said, okay, a snowmobiler. But snowmobilers, as we learned, they don't have to do this. I don't know why not. I would think, or maybe they'll plan to have a separate one. My fear is that they're gonna like say, hey, we're gonna charge money eventually, and then make this. That's why you might as well, even if you disagree with this, you might as well do it now, because it's free and it's once in a lifetime. And like I said, I would print this, file that away, or download it, file it away, whatever. Multiple, you have it. It's lifetime, man. Lifetime. I'll be 60 years old and showing that same piece of paper. It says lifetime. I don't care if you change it. It's lifetime. Doesn't apply to me. Non-applicable. But my fear is eventually they would just start charging a fee for it, right? So I do like this site. So we'll analyze the site. So they didn't quite like all the pictures they use, but okay. But they do have the maps here. Now, the thing I don't like is, you're looking for Moab. The only one I saw for Moab, well, the Paiute OHV trail map, that's a fee that's charged. And you select that. It's $20. Aren't those public lands? Shouldn't we have those GPS files in an official map? I would think so. It would be nice if they actually had all their trails like a co-trek system like we have here in Colorado, where you could download the app for free and look at all the trails in Utah and not just cherry pick areas, because there's no Moab trails really. We got some Green River ones. We got Gemini Bridges. That's close to Moab. And we got a couple Garfield. We got Emery County, which is up in Green River. So like we click on that, brings up, it's a PDF. You know, here it is. I think it's a fairly big PDF, so it's doing it through the website. It's pretty sluggish. But here's Green River. There's a bunch of trails. See these dots? So I'm glad they shared this map, because this is a map. Otherwise, I never knew where to find it. Somebody had given me a digital copy, and it was very, very hard to read. So this, you can zoom in, and there is detail. Let's see. It's going to take it a bit, because if you download it, it's going to be quicker on your PC. It's just because it's doing it through online. So X is our old railroad bed, which is pretty cool. That shows, if you're into that sort of thing, history, you can see where the old railroad went. You could come out here and then go hike it, go whatever, hike, you know, I don't know. You would have to see what the signs say on the ground. I don't want to tell you to do something and then you're not supposed to, you know, but that's railroad grade, so you should be able to come across that. There's all these dotted trails. Some might be hiking, what have you, so be mindful about that. But the point is, this map is pretty detailed. I like that. So we'll go back, and they don't have Moab maps, which stink, because they don't even have sand flats. Sand flats, it's a park area, but it's in Utah. You would think they'd want their maps, and they're free anyways. They hand you the map, so it's not like they're selling you a map. So I get the politics here. That's where I don't like things, politics. So they're politicizing this map, the maps they share here, because they don't have Moab ones, because I believe it would cut into the revenue of maps being sold in Moab. Now, Utah, you got to get over yourself on that. You got to tell, like, the maps, providing maps is great. That's how people stay the trail. In fact, provide the GPS tracks, the GPX tracks. So provide the shape files. For us that know how to use those, we can take that and convert it and what have you. But your GIS department should be able to convert that file and at least provide the files, even if you're not going to provide a Cotrex type system. How about you contact Colorado and say, hey, what if we paid you to have Utah's maps displayed on Cotrex? You guys could handle that. You're already set up. You have a system. You have an app that you developed. We give you X amount per year to have Utah's maps. It'd be much cheaper than having your own state do your own thing and coming up with your own app and this and that. And it would give money to Colorado. I think Colorado would be stupid not to do that with neighboring states, and I can't believe they haven't done that as a type of way to fund that, so it's not even taxpayer money anymore. It's other states saying, yeah, that's a great idea. You already have the app system. You already got a website. You got all that developed. You got a department managing that. Here, we'll pay you X. Now, I don't know what that looks like. Is it $50,000 a year? Is it $100,000 a year? Is it $250,000 a year? I don't know. It could be $1 million a year. I really don't know. But that is something that it would be nice if Colorado would reach out to other states. But maybe a state official in Utah will see my video here talking about this, and they'll reach out and be like, hey, Colorado, how is that handled? This sounds like something we should do. I'm just saying, because that keeps people on trails better than a map. Because a map, let's just pick one. Let's go. I don't even know where this is. So I mean, look at this. For one, this is a legit map too. They shared that is nice, because you know, public lands, they usually sell these maps. You know, the nice ones. This is actually shared, but it's public data. It should be shared nowadays. But you know, okay, I'm traveling along this. Well, how do I know where my, and I want to go on this like little faint road here. Now let's assume I bought the map, so I'm traveling. Or maybe I want to go on this dotted. Well, first I have to figure out where I'm at, where am I in the, and then you get there and you find out there's a trail here, a trail there, trail on the ground is told, you know, there's not just one trail. And now you're like trying to figure out, well, am I on the right one? It says it's four-wheel drive here. So I might be on it. Maybe you're on some social trail and you have no idea you made a wrong turn. Maybe you turn, there's a something over here that you didn't know and you turned on and you were thinking, well, right after that's right, and you happened something came up and you're kind of following it and it doesn't feel right, but you're like, well, you know, I might be on that one. I don't know because it's a map. That's where GPSs really help because it's like zoom in, scroll around. Oh, no, I'm right there. This is the direction I'm going. This is where I want to go. Let's scroll over here. Hey, you know, this is, I'm correct, or no, this ain't it. I don't know what this is. So it must be down the road further, and you continue down the road. You know, that keeps people on the trails. And it also provides safety to people out in the backcountry. Just a heads up on that. So, yeah. Okay. So their map is okay. I would rate it 1 out of 10, 10 being the best. I would rate this a 4. And I'm taking off huge marks because they're not providing MOAB, they're not providing GPX files, they're not providing shape files or any type of the GIS stuff that the GIS department should provide here. I mean, that should all be also provided because we don't live in a paper map era anymore. Myself and my friends, we all use GPS units or load the GPS file onto onto your smartphone because we all have GPSs in our pockets nowadays in terms of smartphones and various apps. So there's no reason not to provide that stuff here and convert the shape files already over, but provide the public data. If you have a shape file, I know how to use a shape file. I know what programs to use to open it, to manipulate it, and to convert it. So that way I could just convert it. Just provide it. It's public data. Yeah, I can close that. Oh, this was, so the original site, so if you go to OHV, I was looking on Moab is in Grand County. So you go ohv.utah.gov. And you spell it right. You go there. So it says right here, notice this Utah Highway Vehicle Program is no longer a part of the Utah Division of State Parks and will now be managed within the Utah Division of Outdoor Recreation, which then takes you over to these guys. Right here. So they're going to phase this out. Same maps are shared. I was kind of worried that maybe they wouldn't be. Same information seems to be shared other than like, you know, they don't have this video. But all the stuff seems to be the same. So just to let you know, it is changing. So you'll be taken here to the stateparks.utah. But in reality, you need to click here and that will bring you up, recreation.utah.gov. And you can see if you're boating, there you go. Off-highway vehicles, that's what we're worried about. And you can go with the whole non-resident permit. You click that. We'll take you to here. Remember to bring proof of residency, driver's license, or other state issue identification, proof of ownership. This is where I have a problem with registrations. Proof of ownership. Some people will be like, well, that's so you can't steal a bike and then you can get an OHV sticker. The person is just going to ride it anyways. You know, well, but maybe they'll get pulled over because of that. Possibly. But what if I'm borrowing a friend's bike? Let's say I live in Tennessee. And I'm like, hey, I'm going out to Utah to ride, and I know you have a 300 two-stroke. I'm going to take my adventure bike, but I also want to ride some horse in the buddy. Maybe it's a family friend, a relative or something. They're just like, here, yeah, borrow my bike. So you borrow the bike, and you come out and you want to buy a sticker or ride the dang thing, and they tell you, well, you need proof of ownership. Well, it's not mine. I just want to buy a sticker so I'm legal for your trails. Well, you need to be the owner. That's stupid. That's the stupidest policy I've ever heard. So basically, put somebody in a pickle where they're going to be like, look around and they're like, I was saying, I've been riding the adventure bike around on the dirt road. I haven't come across anyone. What's the likelihood on some single track I'm going to come across? Probably not. So I'm just going to go ride anyways. Now you just put them in a predicament. It's not their bike, but they legally borrowed it, but yet you won't legally sell them a freaking sticker? That makes no sense to me. 0 cents. Makes no sense to me. It's just stuff like that. I just don't understand. But you can click the vendor map, and the vendor map will bring you to this, which is a nice thing that it shows that they do sell the stickers at other locations. We usually get ours in Fruta. Let's see, Fruta's right there. Zoom in, zoom in. So it's a gas station. So you get off here for Fruta, and you jump on this Highway 6, and you go down, and it's a gas station. So fill up your gas for your vehicle, and buy the sticker. They'll pull out a book, and you just fill it out. I don't even know. Did we? I think we just showed our driver's license. Really, I don't think that's another good thing. Buying at a gas station, the clerk is going to be much more lenient than some state official in Utah, right? So versus going to Moab, because that was my concern originally about this whole stupid sticker thing was, oh, what if I'm not going to Moab? Well, I'm going to Green River, but there's nothing in Green River, so I got to go all the way down here to Moab and then go back. It's just stupid. So I'm glad they're allowing other places to sell it. I would definitely advise getting at a gas station on your way before you get to Utah. But yes, you can go to, let's see, you can click that. That's the Maverick station. Okay. So even gas stations within town, but they might be, I don't know, in town might be more strict than elsewhere. This is Moab Information Center. This is what I was thinking of. They would probably be obviously more strict, like, oh, proof of ownership. It's like, come on now. So, just want to show you around their website and some tips and stuff other than just talking about this. But this is the big thing, and I don't, honestly, I don't get it. I don't think it's going to do any of this. Because let's say I'm a hooligan, I do learn about this, but I'm like, it's a free course, okay, I'll do it. Does that mean I'm gonna really pay attention if I've already done stuff? Maybe. Maybe some people will see that. Maybe that's what they're hoping, that some people will be like, oh wow, I was doing that. I probably shouldn't do that anymore. Okay, I didn't realize that was. Maybe that's what they're hoping. I mean, they're thinking positive. I'm thinking negative. That most people don't give a shit. Most people aren't going to see this unless they happen to run across this. So if you see my video now, you've learned, right? That's why I don't mind doing this video, although it sounds like I'm just purely knocking them. Now at least you kind of know, like, well, maybe I should do it. It is lifetime. It is free. Might as well do it. Now, I'd kind of bash this a little bit, but I get it. People want kids to be safe, and spending $35, I guess, to take a test, I guess, a safety course. I don't know what that looks like if you're visiting, like how easy that is. Unless they do take into consideration unless they do take into consideration your lost train of thought because of the Windows ding dong. Take in consideration your state's requirement. I don't know. My kid doesn't need this because she's not going to operate anything for the foreseeable future that I know of. So not worried about that for myself, so I don't know. The yeah, I don't know about the rental thing. I God, your rental agency's a moe, man. You're gonna have a hard time if you're gonna have to get people a spur of the moment to also do an online course, or if they're already planning to come, I can see that, hey, you got to do this so I can rent it, and people will just do it online and have it done when they show up. Yeah, right. They won't, but hey, at least they went there with the, hey, we told you about it, right? But if you're spur of the moment, you might not want to even do it. You're just like, oh, well, I don't want to go through all this hassle. Never mind, you know. And if they ever start charging for this right here, what do you think? That means people will definitely be like, hey, oh, you're charging 25 bucks, you're charging 35 bucks, even though it's lifetime. And I'll just roll the dice because I've never seen a ranger. Like in my case, I've never seen a ranger. I mean, the likelihood. And then have them like start talking about like this stuff. I would be laughing at them. I'd be like, and what are they gonna do? $100 ticket. Oh, well, that ain't gonna break my day. That's not gonna, I'm gonna be a little mad. I probably, probably at them, but I should be mad at myself, right? Because I didn't know, but if they're not being lenient and educating you so you do know, because it's free anyways, and they just write you $100 ticket, okay, I pay the $100, whoop-de-doo-dah. It doesn't change my day any. I mean, some people, it might change their day, but, I'm not saying I'm rich, I'm not saying I'm a yuppie, but I'm just saying a lot of people, that's not going to affect them at all. They're going to be like, oh, okay, whatever. You'd be like, well, if they were just taking the course, they wouldn't have had to pay $100. Yeah, but at the end of the day, $100 ain't going to affect them either. Is that going to really change anything? Maybe they jump online and take the free course. Maybe they live in the area and they'll go ahead and take the free course and show up to court and be like, hey, look, I took the free course here, I completed it. In the court, if it's an honest court, would say, okay, we're waiving the $100 because you took the course, it was free to begin with, and yeah. I don't know. So you let me know in the comments what you think of Utah doing this. I know other states have different stuff. I know somebody said Oregon does something like this. I would have never guessed that until they said Oregon did something like this. I have no idea. When I go ride, I just figure I can ride, but I've always more or less been in plated bikes. In the whole just pure dirt riding is kind of new to me. I didn't know there was all these like weird requirements, and various states might do various things for training for this type of stuff. I had no idea. I mean, how would you? How would you know, right? It's not something you think of like, oh, I need to go look up. It's not like when you're traveling, let's assume each state required you to do something differently for your driver's license. Like, thank God they don't. They reciprocate with your state's driver's license. But imagine if they did something different, and the laws are always changing, and every time you drove through to or through, let's say Kansas, you would have to like look up online and be like, oh, they changed this now, so I didn't know that. Oh, I can't do this or that. Yeah, no one thinks about looking up every state they go to. That's not even something most people would do or should be expected to do. So telling a ranger, telling an officer, I didn't know that, doesn't mean I'm trying to disrespect the state. It's like, who the hell looks up all this stuff? Most people don't. In fact, most people don't even look at the weather report before they go hiking a 14er, and then they get, trapped up there and then search and rescue. You think they would, but they don't. People usually just tend to be like spur of the moment. I think most people are spur of the moment and don't necessarily make plans. They're like, hey, I'm going to go to Utah and ride this weekend. Okay. You live close enough, you might not even think about it. You didn't know about the stickers, maybe even. Because you just always went and did the one thing, and they changed it at some point, and you had no idea to know. It's not like they hang a sign on every trail saying, hey, you need an OHV tag, or hey, you need an education class. I mean, It's just an opportunity to say, gotcha. That's the type of law these are. Gotcha laws. We make these changes. We think we're doing good, but the Rangers are going to take it as like, I gotcha. You didn't do the certificate. Heaven forbid, now I get to give you $100 ticket, or now because you did this over here, I'll let that slide, but I want to give you a ticket for this. You know, it's a gotcha law. It's we got you, and we're gonna make you pay some money, and hopefully you don't fight it, and then you pay the money. Anyways, hopefully it does do some good. I have my doubts, obviously, on that. So you all take care, stay well, stay safe, and let me know in the comments what you all think. Have a good one. Bye.